Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners and hi to any newbies. It is so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while. And if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So as you can see, this is another episode of Max's Gut Choice. Yes, it is. So, if you haven't been here before, let me explain what this segment is. So, back in July, I finished my 2 year long Thursday segment of Tile of the Week Thursday, and I knew that I needed to fill it with something new. So I scratched my brain for a little while, and luck would have it that Mike gifted me this gorgeous little bag from my Amazon wish list. And inside that bag were lots of these tiny little bonbons here. These are Mira Handcrafts, and they are 100% acrylic, a lightweight 3 or a DK. They are 10 grams, supposedly 22 yards or 20 meters, made in China. You can wash up to 30 degrees Celsius. Do not tumble, do not iron, do not bleach. Dry clean using P. Recommends a 3.75 millimeter to a 4.5 millimeter needle or a 4.5 to a 5.5 millimeter hook. Now, this yarn is not the best quality. It is very elastic, very bog standard, not the best quality feeling acrylic, but I decided I needed to use them up. I didn't know how I wanted to use them up. So a few months ago now, I pulled one out and I started playing around with them. And I thought the best thing for these, because there is only a smidgy bit of yarn on them, was to make some squares. The design I originally came up with, guys, was 4 rounds of the traditional granny square. I do use US terminology. Even though I'm from the UK, it just clicks with me better to use US. So 4 rounds of the traditional granny square using double crochet clusters. I do not chain one between my clusters. In the corners, I do a cluster, chain 2 cluster. I also flip and turn my work when I do my granny squares. For the 5th round, I did a round of half double crochet clusters in the granny style. And then I was putting a final round of single crochets in every stitch, still with a single, chain 2 single in the corners. But very, very quickly into this segment, I was playing yarn chicken more than I was comfortable with, and it was actually irritating the socks off of me. So I switched it up a little bit part way through. I now do the 4 double crochet granny cluster rounds, the 1 half double crochet granny cluster round, and then I decided to pull this beautimous stuff from my stash, and I have decided to border in the single crochets in every stitch, single, chain 2 single in the corners with this, and I put this on after I film. So this is I Love This Yarn print. It is from Hobby Lobby, and obviously we do not have a Hobby Lobby here in the UK, so this was gifted to me in Happy Mail. And you may have already seen that I have been gifted more in Happy Mail recently to make sure that I definitely have enough. Now this is still the first skein. As you can see, it is getting tinier and tinier, and I still have 3 full ones now. I originally only had 2. Then I was gifted another 2, so I have this of the first and 3 full ones left. This is made in Turkey and it is the colorway Candy Stick Stash. Recommends a 5mm knitting needle or a 5.5mm hook. It is 5 ounces, 142 grams, 252 yards or 230 meters, 100% acrylic. This is a medium 4 or an Aran weight yarn. Wash up to 40 degrees Celsius. You can tumble, do not iron, do not bleach. Dry clean using A. And it is just gorgeous. I have fallen in love with it. Thank you to the original Happy Mailer and thank you to Karen for the extra 2. I'm so excited. So that explains kind of what we're doing, but the way that Max and his gut choice comes in is because Max is my youngest of 3 boys. he agreed to be a part of this. He doesn't appear on camera in this segment. He has appeared on the channel before, but for this one, he doesn't appear. What he does is, without me knowing, so that it's a surprise, because I like the surprise the same time as you guys get the surprise, he digs around in this little bag and he selects either 1, 2, or 3 of the bonbons. Totally his choice on how many, totally his choice on what colours, and then he pops them in my bin, who I call Gutt. Now, there is a story as to why he's called Gutt. When I was a child, we had a silver bin called Gutt that lived in our dining room, and it contained all of our hats, gloves, and scarves. And like my mum says, you stuff your gut with food when you have a big meal. So we stuff our Gutt the bin with lots and lots of winter wear. Well, for me, my mum gifted me my very own Gutt one of these Christmases recently. Mine is shiny and black. So Max makes his choice, and he puts them in Gutt without me seeing, without me knowing, and then I reveal every week what Max's Gutt choice is. Okay, so I also make those squares on camera with you. I do have some wonderful people making squares alongside me. Some of them are doing the same colours. Some of them are just using up scraps. They are either making the same amount as me, or they're making slightly less, slightly more. This is not a crochet along, this is not a make along, but some of you fell in love with the idea and you are wanting to participate, which is absolutely fantastic. Thank you to each and every one of you that is playing along with me. I am using my 5.5mm dots, if you were wondering. There we go, gorgeous, the lilac one. And like I said, I come on here, I explain what we're doing, I reveal what's in Gutt, and then we sit and chat while I make the squares. When the squares are made off camera, I snip off the yarn, weave in the tails, and then put that gorgeous I love this yarn around the edge. So last week, Max gave us 3. He gave us this gorgeous teal, which my camera does not do justice. It is much more vibrant and a greeny teal than is showing. So you can see that I've weaved in my ends and I have bordered that one. Then we had a lavendery purple, again, complete and ready to go. And then finally he picked this limey green, which again I have completed and got ready before I came on and filmed this one. Now, still guys, I have not put together the project that these squares are intended for. One of these days it will happen, I promise you. Today is not that day. I am hoping that I will find some time to do that very, very soon so that I can show you what I'm going to be using the squares for. But let's crack on, shall we? Because if it's another 3-weeker, you know these videos take the majority of an hour to film. So pause here before we reveal. Go and grab a drink and a snack if you wish. Grab any project that you wish to work on alongside me while we visit and chat together. And yeah, let's see what Max has in store for us today. Like I said, I don't peek, I don't watch him do it. I have absolutely no idea until I do this moment with you on camera. So 3, 2, 1, what have we got? Oh, it's another 3-weeker. Oh, that boy of mine likes to get me working, doesn't he, eh? Right, let's put the lid back on Gutt and I will show you what colours we have. We have another of that tealy green that we used last week. We have that weird pinky salmony colour that we've put a square together of before. And we have black. OMG. So get yourselves comfy, guys. We need to crack on. I'm going to get the black out of the way because I'm sure if you are a yarny fibre friend of mine, and I've just dropped it on the floor, excuse me, you know that black can be tricksome because it is quite hard to see. So I'm just going to pull the camera down a little smidgy bit and you can see me working on them while we chat. So little monkey giving me another 3-weeker. He's been quite hard on me lately. we haven't had very many 2 or 1 weekers, so clearly I think he's wanting this segment to be wrapped up by the end of the year. Maybe he's getting a bit, oh God, do it again. But he's a good lad, he's a good sport, and he loves the fact that he gets to make some of the decisions. Now, sometimes, like I say in every video, he has a theme or a deliberate reason to why he makes the choices that he does. Other times, it's just random. I've asked him to put some more in Gutt, and he just grabs and fills and walks away. Now, I think this is just a random selection, guys, to be honest with you. I know my little boy quite well, and I can't fathom why these colours would be put together other than he just wanted to get the job done. And that's okay, because we want to get the job done too, right? I do actually really enjoy doing these videos with you. I do panic a little bit before I come on camera, because I think to myself, am I going to have enough to chat about to fill the time? I don't seem to have had a problem so far. So we will just see how it goes. But if there are any quiet moments, I do apologise in advance. It is quite hard to continuously chat for the best part of an hour when you don't pre-plan your topics of conversation beforehand. And also, it's just me here chatting. I know I'm chatting to you, but you're not actually in the room. You can't answer me, and you can't be the second piece of the conversation so that it naturally flows. So sometimes it can be a little bit daunting, but it's okay. We seem to be managing just fine at the minute. So it has made it slightly quicker as well now that I've taken off that single crochet row and I'm not playing yarn chicken every time. That was highly frustrating. I'm so glad I switched it up a bit partway through. And like I said, to snip off and weave in and put that border colour on off camera, but come back and show you that I've done it, is helping with the length of these videos as well. I do know that there are probably about half of you that love longer videos, because you can sit and work on your project for longer without having to move on and find another video to watch. But I do know that there is the other half of you that, you know, prefer your podcasters to just get straight to the point, do what the purpose of the video is so that you can move on. So if these aren't your favorite types of videos, I completely understand. But for those of you that like longer videos, I hope that these fit the bill. And you also get to see me crocheting at the same time. I don't do that an awful lot on my channel. I do it occasionally, especially if I do a crochet and chat. This is kind of like the replacement for my crochets and chats at the moment, because I am crocheting and I am chatting. And I probably tell you everything that I can think of in these videos with you, so I don't actually have much more to tell you to do crochet and chat. So it is kind of dual purpose. Yeah, so, but I'm enjoying it. I'm loving seeing Max's selections every week. I'm loving that not all of the decision making is in my hands, because I am horrible at making decisions in the real world. I would prefer it if someone makes a decision for me in most cases. However, confusingly, I am a little bit of a control freak, and sometimes I want to be in control of what happens. But this is a lovely compromise, because I am in control of what I'm making. I made those decisions. I am in control of what we're using, and I'm in control of like kind of the parameters of what we're doing. But there is that element of surprise and mystery, and not my decision when it comes to Max picking how many and what colours we use. So this is a lovely compromise for me. I'm still doing what I want, but with help from another, which is awesome. So yes, as you are currently watching this, I am still, as far as I know, waiting to start my new job. Things are progressing. I am having regular contact with the people who are trying to get me all set up and ready to get into post. There has been an update in the security checks and things that I need to go through to determine that I am, squeaky clean and super safe to work with children. That has finally gone through. I'm just waiting for that company to email me with that certificate to prove that it has all gone well and that I am a-okay to have the post that I am waiting to fill. But like I said, I'm waiting for them to send it to me. When I do get that certificate, I have to let them know, and I have to arrange a mutually convenient time for me to go to the school and for them to take a copy of that certificate in my presence. Um, and then once we have done that bit, I should be given my contract and a start date. So we are literally at the tail end of it all being sorted out. It has been really lovely to have some time um, at home doing some of the things that you don't get time to do regularly when you work full time. It's been really lovely knowing that I've been at home and still getting paid at this moment. If I was at home waiting to start and I wasn't getting paid, I don't think it would be as enjoyable because I'll be worrying about the bills mounting up and things like that. But hopefully, fingers crossed, I will be in post very, very soon. Now, because you're seeing this on Thursday, those emails and those procedures that I've just talked about may have already happened, and I may actually be, in fact, in post. But as the time of filming, which is the Monday, and it is Monday, the 21st of October, I am still at home awaiting my start date. Also, there was a mistake in the advertisement of the job. It said that it was a 52-week-a-year post, but in actual fact, once I've been going through this procedure, it is actually term time, which means that I will only be working when the school is open to the students. But when the students go off on like Christmas break, Easter break, summer break, all of those things, I will get those school holidays off the same as the students. And hopefully it will mean that the school that I'm working at have the same dates for their breaks as the school that my children attend. And then we can all have the school holidays off together. So fingers crossed, it will help a little bit with childcare as well. So yeah, it is all very, very exciting. Now, do be aware though, even if the procedures that I talk about that still need to be done happen this week, it is half term next week where the schools get a week off. So I may have a couple of days in post and then have another whole week off. Or they may just wait and ask me to start after the school holiday has ended, which to me makes more sense. But ultimately, it is up to them. So who knows? Hopefully by next week, I will be able to let you know what is actually happening and what the plan is. I will, of course, keep you posted. Okay, so I believe that was the fourth round of 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the traditional double crochet cluster granny. So now I am going to do the fifth round of half double. And then this one will be ready to be put aside and I can work on the next one. So yes, still waiting, but it will be worth the wait. I am sure of it. Oh, another bit of news. Oh, over the weekend, last weekend, not this one coming, but last weekend, OMG, guys, my washing machine died a death. Now, we are a family of 6. There are school uniforms that are needed daily, as well as PE kits. And, my eldest goes to college 3 days a week, so he's got his uniform for that. Mike works full time all week. He's got a work uniform. Obviously, I change my clothes several times a week. And on top of all of that, you've got the everyday clothes and pajamas, etc., etc. I don't need to spell it out to you, but as you can imagine, I probably do about 9 to 10 loads a week of washing. Sometimes more, especially the weeks where I have to do the towels and the bedding and stuff. Oh my good gravy. So it is an absolute nightmare that my washing machine has died a death. Now, on reflection, I've known that my washing machine is slowly dying for quite some time now, but I chose to just use it for as long as it was working, and now I'm in the predicament that it's not working and it'll either need fixing, which I think it's beyond, to be honest, or replacing. Now, normally Manfa's quite sensible about these things, and as soon as it started playing up, I would ring up because I pay insurance on it. I would ring up and say, my washing machine's starting to act up. Please come and look at it. Let's get it sorted ASAP. And considering I haven't been working for over a month, that would give plenty of opportunity for me to get things sorted. I buried my head in my sand and I didn't want to deal with it. And now I'm without a machine. So this weekend just gone, I've had to bundle up quite a bit of laundry. And my dear mum and dad agreed to do that laundry for us when we spent the day with them on Sunday. They are probably going to have to do quite a bit more laundry for me because the day that you're watching this is when the guys come in to have a look at it. And it will either be that he needs to fix it, but if he needs to fix it, if he has the parts with him, great. If not, he'll have to come back when he does get the parts, which will cause a delay. Then he'll have to fix it when he comes back. If it's beyond repair, they will give me a gift voucher, which means I will then have to go online and select which new machine I would like to replace it with. I then have to order it. I then have to wait for it to be delivered, and then I'll have to wait for the engineer to come and plumb it in. So either way, guys, today when you're watching this, I could still be without a washing machine for quite some time. Why did I do it to myself? I do not know. Why did I bury my head in the sand and hope that everything would be okay when I knew realistically that it wouldn't be? Okay, black one, done and dusted. Like I said, I'll snip off, weave in and put the border in off camera. Let's pick the next one. Let's go for the weird pinky colour. Yeah, so Manfa was a bit of a wally. She was a bit of a silly fool, wasn't she? So my dear parents are going to have to help me with laundry until I actually get it sorted. And I'm hoping it's not going to be any more than a couple of weeks, but who knows? Who knows? The holidays are coming, Christmas is coming. I don't know if I'm even going to be able to find a machine quickly to replace it. I don't know, guys. What did I do to myself? I caused stress for myself unnecessarily in this situation. What's the matter with me? It's all right. You can tell me off down in the comments, or you can laugh at me down in the comments. It's my own silly fault, but at least we have got someone on the way to come and look, and then we'll have a plan of action as to what to do. So, crikey, O'Reilly. But like I said, it's my own silly, silly fault. So yes, I've got to sort that situation out, and laundry's going to be a little bit hit or miss for a while. So yeah. What else can I discuss with you? So let's just talk about the weekend, because obviously I'm filming this on the Monday, right guys? I don't know what the rest of this week entails for me, so I can't discuss that with you today, but I can discuss the last weekend because for me it is only just finished. For you it was a few days back now. So on the Saturday, I told my family that I was going to take a rare day off by myself to go and do a couple of things that I wanted to do. That I wouldn't be available for a few hours and not easily contactable. And what I chose to do is she's not old, she's younger than me, but my previous line manager from the prison, she has been working super duper hard to open up her own bookstore. And it was her opening on Saturday the 19th. So I wanted to go and show my love and support to her for her new venture. And I obviously wanted to be nosy and check it out and see what she's got going over there. And I knew that some of my other colleagues from the prison were going to try and turn up and show some support as well. So the bookstore is just absolutely stunningly beautiful, guys. She has done a really, really good job. It was bright, it was clean, it was inviting, it was interesting. It was everything that it should be as a brand new bookstore. It was so gorgeous. She looked absolutely radiant and glowing and bursting with pride and happiness, as she should be. She also looked very tired. It had been a lot because she only had a couple of weeks to get the store totally transformed and turned around and ready, because when she left the job at the prison to bookstore opening was only a couple of weeks. So she had an awful lot to do to get it ready and okay for opening. So yes, bless her, she had worked so hard. She had poured her life and soul into it, and it is just stunningly gorgeous. So I had a nose around. I chatted to the folks that were in there. I did see a couple of my prison colleagues, so it was nice to catch up with them. And my work bestie from the prison, the one that I've said that I'm making the fairy dust for, she came over to the bookstore to support the book opening, and we decided to go off and have a little bit of lunch and a proper catch up, which was so good. I love that girl, an awesome and massive amount. She is amazing. I love her to bits and pieces, and it was so great to have some quality time with her, because obviously now we're both not working together. She also, in real life lives a little bit of a distance away from me. It can sometimes be really hard to pinpoint times where we can meet up, but when we have the opportunity, we certainly grab it. So it was awesome having a bite of lunch with her and a good proper chat and gossip and catch up and some time together. And then after we had had our lunch, we went back to the bookshop to have another quick look, say our goodbyes to our ex-line manager, wishing her well and everything. And there was a few more of our old prison colleagues there, so we got chatting to them and had a brief catch up with them, which was super lovely. It was interesting to find out who had managed to stay on in their prison role, albeit at a different prison, and those that had decided to move on. So there was lots to chat about and lots to catch up on. And it was so lovely to see them. We all left with a kind of promise that we wanted to meet up semi-regularly, even if it's just, for a quick drink and catch up from time to time. So there is the kind of want there for us to be able to do that, which would be lovely. I would love to meet up with them from time to time, just to, just keep in touch and still know what's going on with each other. So that was lovely. And then I thought, well, I've had such a lovely day. I didn't quite want it to end. I did have to pick Max up from the skate park because before I went to the bookstore launch, I dropped him off at the skate park so that he could hang out with some mates and, do some jumps and tricks on all these skate ramps and stuff. It terrifies me. So I just tell him to be careful and let him get on with it. Really, it makes me a little bit, oh, don't, no thank you. So on the way back from the bookshop opening, I picked him up, and when I picked him up, I filled him in on what I'd been up to and stuff, and he had actually been offered to have a sleepover at one of his little mates' house. So we kind of organised that for him. I drove him home. He packed his overnight bag. I then dropped him back to the skate park because that's where the other child's mum was going to pick them up from. So bid my farewells to him. Hoped he had a nice time, which he did end up doing. Bless him. He had a lot of fun. And then I thought on the way home, well, it's been a little while since I've had some quality time with my best friend. Because obviously with the to-in and fro-in of the work stuff that you guys have been privy to, and she's got quite a lot going on in her life, which I am not going into because it's not my story to tell. I thought it was about time that I made the effort to go and visit with her for a bit. So I went to her house and had a cup of tea, and again we had some quality time chatting and gossiping and catching up and just spending time together, which we haven't had a lot of recently. But the beauty of it is that she actually works in a school as well. It's not going to be the same school that I'm working in. Oh, excuse me, I dropped my yarn. But she works term time as well in her school, so hopefully it will mean that we both have most of the same time off together, which means hopefully we can meet up a bit more regularly again like we used to. So yeah, it was really lovely catching up with her. I then left hers, came back home, and we had dinner, and that's when I discovered that the washing machine had broken. So I'd had a lovely day, and then the washing machine decided to put a dampener on it, literally, because it didn't spin anymore. It was still full of water. There were clothes in it that were needed. And Mike and I, quite late at night, had to drag the soaking wet through clothes that were in there out. We had to transport them upstairs into the bathtub, and it hadn't even rinsed all the soap and stuff out of it, guys. So yeah, at about 11:30 p.m. at night, Mike and I are in the bathroom. I'm holding the shower head, and he is wringing out all the soapy wet washing so that we could rinse all the soap out. Then we had to wring them out as hard as we can to try and get most of the water out. But back in the day they had mangles and things, right? Yeah, no, I just had Mike strength. And we did the best that we could. We then hung it up on one of the areas that we've got. 2, 3, 4. Oh, I should be doing half doubles. I'm not paying attention because I'm chatting to you guys. Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, should be on the half doubles now. hung it up, and we knew that there would be quite a lake of water underneath that area as time went on. We didn't actually end up going to bed until about 1 a.m. We mopped up before we went to bed, and then when we woke up, we had to mop up again. It was all a bit of a palaver. So yeah, Saturday night, Mike and I's quality time together was in the bathroom, rinsing and wringing out washing laundry. How romantic and how fun. But that is the life of adults and parents, right? And then on the Sunday morning, after a really late night and all of that kerfuffle with the washing machine, I got up fairly early. I took my eldest to work, and we were planning to go to my mum and dad's, because every other week we go to my mum and dad's for a lovely Sunday roast dinner, because that is when my brother also has his time with his two children, because sadly him and his wife got a divorce, and they predominantly live with his wife, but it was his weekend to have them. So I thought, I have to go through the town that my parents live in to get home. What's the point? I may as well drop the eldest to work and just go straight to my parents and have even more quality time with my two nephews, which I did. It was so awesome. But while I was there, I did ring and organise for the washing machine guy to come on Thursday, and I obviously did help my mum with all of my laundry, bless her heart. And then the rest of the family, Mike and the other three children, because obviously I dropped one at work. Yeah, that's right. They came and joined us. We had our Sunday roast for lunchtime. We had roast beef this week. Absolutely delicious. And the 2-year-old, bless his cotton socks, he couldn't say beef because the F sound for little children is so hard sometimes, that now roast beef will forever be known as roast beep. So we had our roast beep. It was just such a lovely day of real and true quality family time. We played games. We did a lot to entertain the two little ones. And then towards the end of the time that they were with us, we did darken up the living room, create our own little cinema, and we did have a movie in the afternoon, which was really lovely. Yeah, it was gorgeous quality family time. We had gorgeous food in the roast beef. And it was just a super enjoyable day. And yeah, that was the Sunday, because then we came home and we just, cracked on with everything we need to do of a Sunday evening to get ready for everyone to go either to school or college or work. And it's the Monday that I'm making this video for you. So yeah, it was a super gorgeous weekend for the majority of it. The only blot on it was the washing machine, but the Saturday was lovely. I caught up with a lot of friends. And the Sunday I caught up with my family, and it was just wonderful. I had a really good weekend, guys. Like I said, other than the washing machine. But again, that's my own fault. It's my own fault. So, yes. I've just had a thought pop into my head. Sorry to deviate off of what we're doing, but yeah, I've just realised that I owe you guys to pick a winner for that pattern giveaway I did a couple of weeks ago. We better do that at the end of this, hadn't we? Right, crack on, Sam. So yeah, that was my past weekend. How was everyone else's weekend? Was it good? Or you could tell me what you've got planned for this coming weekend, because obviously, like I said, you're seeing this on the Thursday. The weekend is again only a couple of days away. got anything exciting planned? Any specific crafting planned? I do have plans for this weekend as well. Here we go. Here's the pinky salmony weird colour all done. Okay, so that's 2. Last one. You'll be free from my chit chat in a minute, guys, I promise. But yes, I do have plans this weekend. So, again, story time. My in real life mum was 60 this year, okay? And I had found something online to gift her. And it's basically a box full of cards. And on these little cards are all sorts of things that she needs to do in her 60th year. So it's like a 60th bucket list. And it ranges from um, dates that you should go on, events that you should attend, activities you should try. Yeah, it's really quite fun. And she has done quite a few of them, to be fair to her, which makes me happy that the gift didn't go to waste and that she is actually, you know, um, taken it on board and has been doing it with gusto. So one of these cards is that she needs to hold a dinner party. And I don't just mean inviting people over for a casual meal. I mean a proper dinner party where you have to dress up all suited and booted. Like a menu and name place cards on the table and yeah, the whole shebang for a dinner party. So my mum has invited myself and Mike. There's obviously my mum and dad because they're the ones that are hosting, and then my auntie and uncle who live up north to us. They live about 3-4 hours away. Um, they're coming down for the weekend and they are attending the dinner party as well. So my boys will be, well, 2 of my boys will be with their dad because it's the weekend to go with their dad. My eldest, my mum has actually roped him into being the waiter for the evening. So he is going to be our waiter and he'll obviously get paid for it and stuff. But yeah, he's going to be the waiter for the evening. And Mike's little girl is going to spend time with some of Mike's family members. Because like I said, it is the school half term after this coming weekend. Sorry guys, I need to get a little bit more comfy. I'm feeling a little bit uncomfortable. And she will be spending the half term with these family members. So that means that Mike and I will be able to stay the night at my parents', which means we can indulge in what we call adult juice, alcoholic beverages, should we wish. And we can stay the night and we won't have to worry about either getting a cab or, somebody dropping us home or driving ourselves. We will be there for the whole evening and that night. So yes, we have a dinner party to go to, guys. That means that Manfa has to dress up, which she very rarely does. I'm going to have to put on a dress or a frock, as I call them. I'm going to have to wear heels. I'm going to have to do something a bit more fancy with my hair. I'm even going to have to put on a bit of that war paint stuff that I very rarely wear. Gonna have to make a real effort, but the bit that you guys might be interested in is I had a little bit of a brainwave. I thought, because obviously Rolo the dog's gonna have to come with us as well so that he's not cooped up at home on his own all night. So I thought, how could Rolo arrive looking all smart and dapper and ready for a dinner party? So I had the brainwave to crochet him a bow tie. So that's what I've been busy with. I have all the parts made, but I haven't assembled them yet. And then On top of that, not only am I going to be crocheting Rolo a bow tie, I will be making one for Mike and my eldest boy as well, so that they can look as smart and dapper as possible, because we don't have we don't ever really go anywhere high market or posh, as we call it, where we need to dress up and have smart wear. So we just don't have it in our wardrobes, guys. So I thought, get out my black cotton and let's make them some crochet bow ties, which is what I've been doing. So yeah, they're all going to be matching in their little dicky bow ties. I'm so excited. I'll try and see if I can take some pictures and pop them on my community tab for you. But yeah, and actually, it will mean that my crochet has a use and a purpose. Because my eldest isn't interested in anything that I crochet, and Mike isn't massively crochet orientated. So it will be nice that some of the things that I have made will be worn, even if it is only ever for this occasion. And crochet sneaks its way into quite a nice event. So quite excited about that. Um, yeah. So I'm looking forward to some fine dining, some adult juice, and just having a night off, really. It will be really nice. And I'll be amongst my loved ones and my family. So, um, I won't feel uncomfortable. I won't feel like I have to put on airs and graces. It will just be a bit of fun to dress up, eat some good food, drink some good drink, and be around some of those that I love. And I don't often get to see my auntie and uncle either, so it'll be nice to spend some quality time with them. So yes, that's my plans for the Saturday night. Don't know what's going to happen on the Sunday. Knowing my mum and dad, they will probably cook up a big old breakfast for the morning. Um, and then Mike and I will probably trundle our way back home, ready for when my two boys get dropped back home after spending the weekend with their dad. And we'll still have our Sunday chores and things that will need to be done. So, yes, we're going to have an adult night off on Saturday night, which will be really quite nice. I just hope it goes down well and that it's a success. Yeah, so I have that to look forward to on Saturday. I find, guys, and I don't know if you guys are similar or not, but I find, for me personally, I am much more of a homebody. I would much rather be in my pajamas with a gorgeous cup of tea, warm and cozy, snuggled up with my crochet and either my YouTube friends watching their videos, or Mike and I pop on a movie or something and just be a homebody and enjoy my home space. Now, if I do get invites out, most of the time I will try and make those invites and I will make the effort. But I don't get a lot of invites because I have quite a small circle of family and friends. Um, and it also seems for me that I tend to get things that kind of all come at once. Like they're not very well spread throughout the year. They all kind of happen around the same time. And I have a lot of socializing and events to go to all at once, which is happening again this time, but it's fine. I am never going to turn down the opportunity of a night off. My eldest is going to be 17 next month. So, um, even though he's going to be waitering and he's going to be around, our dynamic in our relationship has changed from him being that smaller child that is dependent of me and needs me for a lot. Now it's more, can I borrow some money? Can you give me a lift? Is it okay if I go to a party type deal? So, he will be able to join in with the fun after the actual dinner party's done. And I won't feel like I'm too much on mum duty because, like I said, he is that bit older and our relationship has changed a little bit. For the good, I'm enjoying it, don't get me wrong, but I'm not feeling like I'm not having a mum break. It will be absolutely fine. So, Yeah, any opportunity to have a night off, because we don't even have to cook. Even that's being done for us, which would be lovely. 2, 3, 4. Okay, last round using half double crochets, and we are done for today, guys. Yeah, so that will be quite fun. So of course there will be no live this Saturday because I'll be at a swanky dinner party at my parents'. Speaking of which, actually, I have had an email from 2 people that would like to do one of those live panels that I've only done one of previously. That is a live for those that do have a channel but have never experienced going live, or those that are considering starting a channel and would like to go live and see how they feel on camera and with others. I've had 2 people that have expressed an interest in that, which is super exciting. So hopefully I will be able to get that live set up soon. I'm not entirely sure yet when that is going to be, guys, because like I said, I'm at a dinner party this weekend and I might have plans for the following weekend as well. So we shall see. But it will happen soon. So if any of you others out there are toying with the idea, if you want to, just email me and we will start those discussions. If you know of anyone, on the YouTube streets that might like to do that, put the word out there, send them my way, and hopefully we can get one of those lives scheduled soon. Also, a big thank you to those of you that have already sent an email regarding the Christmas card exchange. I haven't responded to anybody as of yet, but I will make that a priority. But basically, if you would like to do Christmas card exchange with me, you need to email me with your postal address and let me know whether you celebrate Christmas or whether you would just like a winter themed card, because I don't want to leave anyone out. I do know that there are certain religions and things where you don't celebrate Christmas, and I'm completely respectful of that. But I am more than prepared to send you a non-Christmas themed card so that you can take part as well. Also, even if you can't send me a card back, guys, but you would still like one from me, please, please, please feel free to email me. And of course, I'll send you out a card. Christmas is about, you know, the season of goodwill, kindness to all, and I wouldn't want to not send someone a card who would really, really like one, especially if any of you out there don't get very many cards and would like one from me. Of course, I will facilitate that for you guys. Um, so yeah, let's get that email train going. If you don't email me, but you've taken part in the exchange before, it does not guarantee that you're going to get one this year. I need that email for you to get a card because I need to know exactly who has requested one. I don't want to be sending out hundreds of cards if people aren't actually wanting to receive them. So if you do want that Christmas card, guys, you must email me. I mean, of course, I've got friends who don't have to email me. We're in regular contact and stuff, and they're going to be on my Christmas list, whether they request it or not. But for those of you that I don't speak to regularly, through email and stuff, who also may watch my, sorry guys, I've got this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why does that look bulgy there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it seems right. Here we go. The last one is done. Yeah, some of you may watch and I may not know that you're watching because you don't comment and stuff, which is fine. Lurk away. You're very, very welcome. But I'm not going to know that you want a card unless you email me. So you do need to email me to request that card for you to receive one. Don't take it that because we did it last year, we're going to do it again. I need to know specifically that you want to join in again this year. So if you could get those emails into me as soon as possible, because I have made a start on the little extras that I put in my cards as well. Another great thing about still not being in post is that I'm able to get a head start on some of these things that have been, oh, I need to get them done, I'm going to run out of time. So a lot of stress has eased on that as well. I have made a start on the little extra for your Christmas cards. So yes, there we go. 3 squares made on camera with you. I will snip off, weave in, and put the rainbow yarn on the edge off camera, but I will of course bring them back next week to show you that I've done that. And one of these days I will show you a completed project of what I'm intending to use these squares for, but I cannot promise you when. So I hope you enjoyed your time with me today, guys. Thank you so much. Again, it was the biggest part of an hour because we had another 3-weeker, but that's okay. There are still plenty of bonbons left, as you can see, so this will be going for a few weeks yet still. Yeah, but we will get through them when we get through them. Right, guys, I'm going to let you get going so that you can go and visit with somebody else. I'm going to go and get some lunch because I am absolutely starving. It's already 1:45 in the afternoon and I have not eaten yet, so I'm going to go and get something to eat. And I'm going to upload this ready for Thursday for you to watch it. Oh, we need to do that pattern winner. See, I nearly did it again. My goodness gracious. So let me find the entries for that one. Bear with me a sec, guys. No, not that list. Here we go. So we had 28 of you lovelies try and get in on that pattern. So the keyword was Rolo, and all of you lovely 28 of you, which I will keep on the screen for just a second, wanted a chance of winning that pattern. So I will ask the person in my phone in just a second to pick the winner. I better get my flamingo flapper as well, hadn't I? You can tell I wasn't prepared to do this, but it's all good because it's all to hand and it is all ready and waiting to go. So whoever wins, you're going to need to email me with your pattern choice or choices and your Ravelry account so I know where to send those patterns to. You do have to have a Ravelry account. You do have to pick the patterns from Ravelry. It just makes it so much easier for me to gift them to you. And remember, you need to pick a pattern or a few patterns up to the value of 10 whatever's in your country. But if your country's currency is so completely different to dollars or pounds, as long as it doesn't go over 10 Great British pounds, we're all good. And like I said, you could either pick one or multiple as long as you don't go over that limit. So here's my phone. Hey Siri. Please pick a random number between 1 and 28. 24. There we go. Got rid of that person. I nearly said their name again. And number 24 is Sally Stanford 4030. Congratulations, Sally. Yay! Woohoo! And ready? Congratulations, you have won the pattern prize for October by using the keyword of Rolo in the video that it was hidden in. So Sally, email me your Ravelry account name and which patterns you would like, and as soon as I have received your email, I will buy them and I will send them to you. So congratulations, and never mind to everyone else who didn't win this time. There will of course be another opportunity in November and December. And knowing me, I'll probably continue it next year as well. So there will be plenty of opportunities to win something from me very, very soon. Anyway, I am going to let you go. We are fast approaching that hour, like I said. Is there anything planned for you guys to come back and watch tomorrow. Let's have a look. So I have been doing quite a few Sneaky Friday videos lately that I don't normally do. Yes, there is an acquisitions video that you might want to come back and watch. And if you are Harry Potter fans, there is one item out of 3 that would really interest you, I believe. Anyway, have a wonderful weekend ahead. I love you absolutely loads, and I will see you very, very soon. But until then, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones, and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one or around the YouTube streets. Bye, guys. Love ya.